Good afternoon, students. Yesterday we have started various chapters that comes under botany. As I mentioned earlier, 11 chapters are there for botany subject and 11 chapters are there for zoology subjects. And all these chapters in the order of preference I have given yesterday. So, total number of chapters 11. So first chapter, first lesson, living world, it goes to zoology part. So zoology teachers will teach that. And the second chapter, that is biological classification by botany teachers. So we have discussed yesterday what is biological classification, classification of living organisms. Because living organisms are there, millions on the surface of the earth, it is difficult to identify them, it is difficult to remember them, it is impossible to study them unless they were classified. So all the living organisms are classified into 5 kingdom classification according to the present studies. After this, we have seen plant kingdom. Plant kingdom, all the plant groups starting from lower forms of plants to higher forms of plants. Lower forms of plants like algae. First, algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. All these characteristic features, general characteristic features of algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Again, algae, various classes in bryophytes, various classes in pteridophytes, various gymnosperms and angiosperms. So, detailed study of various plant groups comes under plant kingdom. Later, the most important part of botany, that is morphology of plants. Morphology means morphoform. How this plant is, what is the form of this X plant, Y plant, Z plant. And in morphology, which plants morphology? We are not studying morphology of all the plant groups, only angiosperms. So morphology of angiospermic plant. A general plant means what? What are the parts it has? It consists of root, stem, leaf, each and every part, inflorescence, flower. After studying all these, fruit formation, types of fruits, seed, types of seeds, development of embryo, dicot embryo, until this a total morphology. And this is the most important concept. If any student or any teacher, whenever he is going to teach, generally botany, they used to start with this group, with this chapter, that is morphology of angiosperms. Then morphology means external form, external, which is outwardly appearing, which we are able to see in a plant. For example, mango plant is a mango tree, neem tree, jasmine plant, rose plant, rice plant, crop, maize crop, wheat crop. So here various forms of plants, when they were rice is different, neem is different, mango is different. We are going to study anatomy of angiosperms. Generally, anatomy means by cutting the plant parts like root, stem, leaf, to understand, to study how cells are organized into tissues. We might have studied in the school sections from 6th to 10th standard various types of tissues: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem. After studying all these tissues, which comes under histology, and after histology, how these tissues are arranged in a particular plant part, like root, how these are arranged in the root. How to understand? By cutting the root, transverse section, we are going to study the arrangement of, systematic arrangement of various types of tissues. This part comes under anatomy, anatomy of angios. Next we will cut the stem, TS of stem, TS of root, TS of leaf. So each and every part, plant part, can be cut and see inside what it is having and how it is they are arranged. Anatomy. Then we are going to study cell, the unit of life. Cell, the unit of life, means what is a cell? As we have studied from the school studies, cell theory, cell structure, prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, plant cell, animal cell, differences. What are the structures, cell organelles present in a cell, animal cell? What are the cell organelles present in a plant cell? What are the cell organelles present in a prokaryotic bacterial cell? Each and every cell organelle structure. For example, they will start with a plant cell, cell wall, cell membrane. What is cell wall? With what it is made? What is cell membrane? With detailed structure which are somehow little more than the subject who have gained up to 10th standard. Wherever you studied, 1 or 2 sentences they might have given, 1 or 2 diagrams, or in general they might have discussed. But here, completely, not brief discussion, complete detailed description of cell membrane. After that, inside cytoplasm. Inside, what are the cell organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, vacuoles, mitochondria, chloroplast, cilia or flagella, structure of microbe, all these things in a sequence until the nucleus. So from cell to nucleus, structure and functions. Various cell organelles here they includes. After this, cell cycle and cell divisions. Cell cycle, like every human being is having life cycle, plant life cycle, animal life cycle, like that, cell is also considered as a structure similar to the life of organisms. A cell cycle means what? How a cell will take birth, how it grows, after that end or death, how a cell is going to die. So here, unicellular organisms, single cell is their body, and this cell is going to grow well by protein synthesis, and at one stage it is going to divide into 2 cells. So one cell will become 2 cells. This process is called cell division, and the most important cell division for the increase in number of cells, growth of the organism. A multicellular organism, complex organism, a plant, a tree, animal or human being, from a single cell zygote, how he grows, how it is growing? By increasing the number of cells. By increasing this is called growth. What is the process with which a cell is going to increase in its number? By a process called cell division, which is called mitosis. And again they will discuss here meiosis. Every living organism which shows sexual reproduction. Whenever any living organism is showing sexual reproduction, definitely opposite sexes will be there. Opposite male and female sexes has to meet. How these opposite sexes are maintained here? They were represented by gametes. Male gamete, female gamete. The process of formation of gametes, gametogenesis. In plants, microsporogenesis, megasporogenesis, and fusion. So haploid gametes are having haploid number. For example, human being, a male human being, when he has grown, when he attained maturity, in his body, the germinal cells, reproductive cells shows meiosis. A single cell undergoes meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, two types of divisions. Then only meiosis is completed. Finally, it will form 4 cells which are called haploid cells. Here, organism is a diploid organism. Starting from top of the hair follicle to the last, every cell is diploid. Reproductive cells are capable to show meiosis, which is called reductive division. So, diploid number is reduced to half. Otherwise, gametes should be half. 2 different gametes, male gamete from the male, female gamete from the female, they will fuse again, restores diploid chromosome number. So diploid chromosome number, for example, in human beings 46, haploid chromosome, male 23, female 23. This process with diagrammatic representation. So in the form of concept, there is a lot of things are there to discuss in the classes. Whereas in the form of example oriented questions, diagram oriented questions, these two compress, they stand in front of the student like a hill if they are not able to listen well. These two topics comes under cell biology. So generally these two topics comes under cell biology. The link of this is in second year syllabus, that is molecular biology. Study of cell up to its structure, characters, functions, everything is called cell biology. Inside the cell, the biomolecules which are present in the form of macromolecules, DNA, RNA, proteins, lipids, all these amino acids, to study about molecular level is called molecular biology. So after this, we are going to enter into a different, which is called plant physiology part. Here, I forgot to mention, in morphology of angiosperms, a little part, that is taxonomy, is also included. They have not given clearly taxonomy, classification, study of 3 families they have mentioned. Here, in a large heading, plant physiology. The large name, a big name, the physiological activities, metabolic activities in the plant body, where you have studied this in your 10th standard ICSE or CBSE in the form of absorption of water, characters of soil, absorption of water, transpiration of water, water loss in the form of water vapor. After that, various conditions, how plant is having relations with water, water potentials, ascent of, so translocation of solutes, movement of solutes in the phloem from leaf to the root, movement of water from root xylem, from roots to the leaf, leaf to the root, all these movements are called transport. Transport in plants, transports of various things, and there you will study various conditions, various terms, various processes, osmosis, imbibition, passive transport, active transport. Somehow for some students amazing and interesting, for some students it is mixed with some physical characteristics, loss of thermodynamics and all. So if student should be without any disturbance, attentive in mind, then only he can understand, because so many lessons are there. Major part of this, if we complete plant physiology, means botany syllabus will be finished. In zoology, animal physiology, transport in plants. Mineral nutrition. Here, how plants are taking the minerals. Mineral means which are the source is soil, Earth's crust. From the soil particles by a process called withering, continuously minerals are entering into the soil. Along with the water, minerals are entering into the plant body. How many types of minerals are there? How they were entering, whether they were freely entering along with the water, which is called passive transport, or whether they were entering into the plant body with energy. It means passive transport means from high to low, always movement of molecules, ions, elements from high concentration to low concentration through the cell membranes, semi-permeable. Whereas sometimes from low concentration, if a element is entering into the plant body, how it is possible? It is called actively. Actively means with the help of energy. How the processes of this passive transport, active transport, all these things. And if a particular element is not there in a plant, what happens to the plant? What are the things, what are the changes that occurs in the plant body? What are the symptoms we will see in the plant body? What are the diseases? And if the same element is replaced, restored, what happens? If a particular element is more in concentration, what happens? If a particular element is less in concentration, what happens? To maintain the plant growth and life in a systematic way, what will be the concentration of a particular element? How many elements are there? Which element is absorbed in maximum quantities, more quantities? Which element is required by the plant in small quantities? Trace elements, micro elements, macro elements. And so all these, and finally they have mentioned in this part nitrogen metabolism. Plants, how they were taking nitrogen which is available in the atmosphere in unavailable form, dinitrogen state. What is that process and how this dinitrogen has been converted into nitrites, nitrates, like that, how it is taken by the soil or how it is entering into the plant body. So the total, they used to ask questions in the NEET examinations. If student enjoy the class, if student has to create his, I'm not saying that interest, he has to create that environment in his body, he has to generate the energy, he has to build up the energy levels with a peace of mind, with all the foods available, taking time rest, always avoiding disturbing things, distracting things. All these things when you are controlling, automatically this part will be energetic. And there is a scope that once upon a time they used to ask 6 to 9 questions in these lessons. It depends upon the paper setter. Mineral nutrition. Then we are having photosynthesis. Largest lesson. The total process of photosynthesis we have seen. In the form of a simple formula equation, we can represent the total process. 6CO2, 12H2O, C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. The total process is how plants are able to prepare food material by taking raw materials, that is carbon dioxide, water, with the help of sunlight, energy of the sunlight, with the help of chlorophyll molecule. So here we are going to study the properties of the light. We are going to study the chlorophyll structure, various pigments. Even though leaves which are looking green in color, when we take the leaf and we'll do one process, a process of separation of pigments by paper chromatography, you might have seen. We are able to see it is not only green, it is various types of pigments are there, which are orange in yellowish. So carotenoids, xanthophylls, chlorophyll A, B, C, D, phycobilins, phycocyanin, phycoeryth. So the structure of all these things. After that, the two basic reactions of photosynthesis, where first reaction is called light reaction. It depends upon the light. It means the light which is falling has energy. That energy is trapped by the leaves and converted. The total process associated with the light is called light reaction. where water molecule breaks and liberates oxygen. So photosynthesis, in my previous class I explained, photosynthesis is important for two processes. One is a total food available on the surface of the earth is prepared by plants, autotrophic behavior, photoautotrophs. So plants are capable of preparing food material. So no other animal, neither human beings nor any animal on the surface of the earth can prepare. So every other organism other than plants, they have to depend on the plant either directly or indirectly. Like primary plants are called producers. Next, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, carnivores, finally omnivores. So we are going to study. After that, photosynthesis is the only way through which oxygen is available to the surface of the earth. On the surface of the earth, if oxygen is there, it means by photosynthesis only. And from where oxygen is coming in photosynthesis, whether carbon dioxide is releasing the oxygen or water molecule is releasing the oxygen, these two, when we compare, when we study, earlier scientists thought carbon dioxide is responsible for the production of oxygen, but later it was proved that water molecule is the substance which is undergoing oxidation to release oxygen, and it is going to supply the electrons and protons which are taken by some universal acceptor which forms NADPH2 and ATP. With the help of ATP and NADPH2, the second reaction, that is dark reaction, where dark reaction doesn't mean that it occurs in the dark, but dark reaction means independent of light, even in the light or in the absence of light. But it requires the concept of light reaction and the energy which is absorbed from the sunlight and converted into chemical form, that is ATP and NADPH2, with which the further second reaction, that is carbon dioxide, is fixed in the form of glucose. So finally, food material, that is glucose, and it is kept in the form starch, in the form of sucrose. And based upon the conditions, when they were required during metabolic activity, they will transform into various forms. They will change various forms. So in photosynthesis, after studying light reaction and dark reaction, we are going to study about various types of cycles where carbon dioxide can be fixed, which is called C3 cycle, Calvin cycle, C4 cycle, Hatch-Slack cycle, C2 cycle, which is called photorespiration, biologically unnecessary process. It is not required biologically because it does not produce any ATP, it does not produce any food material energy. Instead, it will utilize the carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide will be sent out without entering into photosynthesis. So up to photorespiration, finally, photosynthesis constitutes various factors. So for photosynthesis to grow, the rate of photosynthesis is high. Under what conditions? One of the following is a factor, limiting factor. One of the following is compulsory factor. One of the following. So various factors are there. In those factors, generally, various cumulative questions. They can ask questions from absorption of water, transport of water, from the mineral nutrition, and photosynthesis. Link. So a process where a student is subjected to understand and able to identify the sequential steps, how to move, how to study a particular lesson, how to follow the links of previous lesson, coming lesson, then, my dear students, all these things may not be difficult to study. Then respiration process. In respiration, the another metabolic activity. So metabolism means anabolism and catabolism. So photosynthesis is considered as anabolism, constructive. Why? By taking simple substances like how we are going to construct a house, by taking silt, clay, soil particles, rocky materials, metals, irons, and cement, reinforced concrete cement. We are able to construct bricks or stones. We are able to construct various palaces, various types of prefabricated houses, pre-stressed buildings. So raw materials are taken and arranged to construct a house, a building, a beautiful museum, some palace. Here also, by taking the raw materials like carbon dioxide, water molecule, chlorophyll, light, we are able to construct a complex substance called glucose. This process is called anabolism. Whereas after the construction of glucose, glucose consists of energy. Which energy? Sunlight's energy. And that glucose in the plant body when it is there, or in human body or animal body when glucose entered by taking, then every living organism's second function is respiration. Respiration means taking the oxygen in, releasing the carbon dioxide out. Whenever any living organism showing respiration, compulsorily every living organism has to show. Plant also, animal also, human being also. Every living organism. Which is, some exception is there, anaerobic organisms. In the absence of air, they will. So here, when air is entering, the complex glucose, which is called food material having energy, will be broken down completely. When oxygen enters, and it will break the food complex, that is glucose, food, into raw materials completely. During this breakdown, the energy present in the glucose is released out. So whenever during this, the released energy is called kinetic form of energy. So radiant form of energy in the photosynthesis, in my previous class I explained, I remember. Radiant form of energy is converted into chemical form of energy and stored in the form of food. This is called anabolism. Whereas respiration, the stored food will be released. Why, sir? For the activities of the organism, organ systems, organs. When we want to show movement of these hands, we need required energy. If we want to speak, if we want to teach, if we want to dance, if we want to sing, if you want to walk here and there, if you want to do any, for every movement, we require energy. From where you will get this energy? By respiration. The energy which is present in the food material is released. This process is called catabolism, breaking down of complex food material into simple substances through which energy can be released. Catabolism. Both anabolism and catabolism are called metabolism. So study of metabolic activities in the plant body. Study of metabolic activities, photosynthesis and respiration. And the last one. Every plant, it will take water and minerals and they will move here and there like our traffic. How in our traffic so many are moving, but in our traffic there are possibility of accidents, whereas in the plant body there is no accident at all. Everything will be going on its own way, in its own way. In human life, social life, three-wheelers are there, two-wheelers are there, pedestrians are there, four-wheelers, cars, heavy trucks, even trains, buses, lorries, so many are there. And to regulate the movement of these, some what we call that this police people will be there who are going to maintain the, without any disturbance, without any traffic, what we call traffic adjusters. But in the body of human being or animal or plant, there are no such traffic adjusters, but always transport is going. For what purpose transport is going? To take the water, to supply to all the, along with the water, minerals. After that, food is prepared by photosynthesis in a leaf. From that leaf, it has to come down. Why? It has to go to other parts. It has to reach to the roots. But without food, the root will die. Even though plant looks happy, green leaves, but root is not having energy. Food means it will die automatically. So there is a requirement of movement. After this movement, every plant part grows. During this movement, minerals are taken by the plants for various purposes. After these two, they will show photosynthesis. After this, they will show preparation of food. After that, that energy is released in respiration. Like this, Finally, it is possible by all this, plant is able to show growth. Plant is able to show growth. During the growth of a plant, what is meant by development? What is meant by growth and development? Growth, how it is possible? Various growth regulators are there. Various growth regulators which are called hormones. And these hormones are responsible for the development of the plant. Development here, what does it mean development? A plant is growing, another plant also when we are going to go, it may not be growing properly like this. So there is a disturbance in the growth height of the plant. Or a plant is growing fast and forming flower. A plant is growing but not at the same rate of this plant, and it will not form flowers. Development of flowers. Based upon their lifespan, annual plants, biennial plants, perennial plants, what are the hormones required for the formation of flower, how much time a plant has to take sunlight to form flowers. Whenever a plant is exposed to sunlight, what happens? What are the hormones? Where hormones are produced, which are called, for example, auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, ethylene, abscisic acid. Each and every plant hormone is responsible for regulation of the growth. Regulation of the growth. If hormones are produced, not produced, what happens to the plant? They may show stunted growth, they may not show flower, they may not form. So various changes that occurs in the plant and various developmental processes we are going to study growth and development. So as I said yesterday because of disturbance, you might have not received this, you may not listened it or not, you may not have taken any photograph or written notes. At least better, since 10-15 minutes I am writing here, all these things are compulsorily. It is a witness to the class. If you are sitting in front of a computer or any device, try to make some attention without disturbing each other, without disturbing others. Simply your duty is for 1 hour, I am standing and teaching to the speaker, to the views of you people. Are you in a position to receive this? First question yourself, otherwise my class will become waste. See, so a gradual process of understanding biology regarding plants, plant sciences, that is botany. So in this journey of first year, I have to teach all these things, and I used to start my classes from morphology of angiosperms because it constitutes only 2 marks. Among these maximum marks are awarded. This 17 marks are there. 17 marks cell biology, that is 2 chapters. These 4-5 chapters, 27 marks are allotted. So these are the biggest topics with large number of marks, more number of marks are allotted for these. Next, anatomy of angiosperm, 5 to 6 marks. Morphology of angiosperms, it consists approximately 10 marks. They may change here compulsorily 1 5-mark question, here 2-mark question. Like this, total out of biology question paper, 70 maximum marks. Out of 70 maximum marks, they will create question paper which constitutes these 70 marks both botany and zoology. Botany and zoology both togetherly 70 marks, but they will ask 105 marks maximum. So remaining all are choice. With choice, maximum marks, and in this 105 marks, generally it has to be equally shared, but sometimes 54 marks botany, remaining 51 marks zoology. Sometimes 55 marks botany, so remaining 50 marks, 51, 55, 50 marks. So generally approximately. So first a student has to realize how to catch the class of the teacher, either in the presence of the teacher, in front of the teacher classroom, or online classes like this. My dear students, it is compulsorily prepare your mind to listen well, perfectly. If you not, you can call directly. Our numbers are there. Happily you can call to your teachers, or you can make a message, sir, so and so, this is what happened. If it is possible, we will try to repeat the lesson, because without understanding a particular lesson, we cannot go further. And that too, our motto is not simply to finish the syllabus, or simply for the sake of online classes, everybody is conducting, we are also conducting. After conducting the online classes, ask for the fees, that this, all these things. No, we want, I have to teach, student has to listen. Now, morphology of angiosperms. Please make a note these. Morpho means form. Logos means study. It means study of form of plants. Morphology of plants are angiosperms. Morpho means morpha, form, structure, nature. Logos, study. So study of form of the plants. Study of morphology is the branch of botany that deals with the study of form of various forms of plants, their structure and characteristic features. Study of form of various plants, various forms. So here what we are going to study? We are going to study what an angiospermic plant is. What an angiospermic plant is made up of. An angiospermic plant made up of, after once it is formed, released, germinated from the seed, root, and various types of systems. Root system, shoot system, leaf, inflorescence, flower. So one by one, various characters. Remember one thing, whenever you are listening, again apply your energy levels to listen properly, to listen keenly, to see keen, to watch. After that, if it is possible, make a note. Generally, I used to revise one time, two times, three times, sometimes a single sentence. So you are having chance to write them. All the best. We will see in the next class.